Okay, for African art characteristics, this is something that is very different than the art we have talked about in the past in regards to form. The form of the art is supposed to be taking the place of being very active. Though it is often collected and displayed as figural sculpture and masks, it by nature was meant to be performed rather than simply viewed. Um, Going along with the active nature, the all of the different art pieces would variously be used to sing, dance, and be presented in holistic experiences for certain designated audiences. Performances are often accompanied by costumes and music. The art object comes under the custodianship of the person who commissioned it or a member of his or her family. It is created for a specific reason and expected to produce certain results. For architecture, architecture is supposed to determine, well, it was built based on the environment and also political power. If we remember back to the Great Mosque of Jenny, remember that was the one that kind of looked like the sandcastle that they had to keep using and renewing it every year to look like mud brick. Well, that was in relation to what the climate and the environment was like. So that was important. But they still are going to try to build up and build large in order to express political power. So the administrative and liturgical centers, liturgical means religious, existed apart from the settlement that is often determined by the spaces required for agriculture or herding. Seasonal climactic shifts and demands for political relations affect the scale and distribution of the built environments, which are built often as a symbol of political power. Okay, for function, the function of African art is to express beliefs. They are presenting a world that is known, but not necessarily seen or available to everyone. It often requires supernatural or specialized knowledge or supernaturally ordained capabilities for their own creation, use, and interpretation. One of the things we'll see multiple times are masks. And masks are supposed to transform diviners and provide them with powers not accessible to normal humans. Expressive rather than representational is important. So they are concerned with ideas rather than with the objects of the natural or physical world. And it's created for both daily use and ritual purposes, such as leadership, religious beliefs, education, and personal adornment. Lastly, on the form of the art characteristics is the validation of social organizations. Oops, sorry about that. Aspects of the human experience that includes our origins, destinies, beliefs, physicality, power, and gender are all expressed through objects and performance. The art marks status, identity, and cycles of human experiences, such as maturational, seasonal, astronomical, and liturgical events. Education, incorporation into adulthood, and civic responsibility are processes marked by the creation, manipulation, and interpretation of art objects. Personal identity, social status, and relationships are delineated by the aesthetic choices and the artistic expression. So this is the reason why I like this art, is that it's doing something and it means something so much to the people who are creating it and then using it in their daily lives. And so I can't wait to get started on showing you our African pieces. So thanks for listening to the art characteristics slide, and the next one will be in our first piece called The Great Zimbabwe.